Let me tell you the real reason why you don't see too many special needs people in society, because this clique, this cult that's running things, they can't infiltrate their mind, so therefore they have no use for them. That's why you see them isolated in their BOCES and their special needs and the Special Olympics and things like this. You don't see them mingling and intermingling with the populations in society. You don't see them very often. Why is that? Because this society has no use for them because they can't control them. If you want to look at a special needs person, you're looking at the very embodiment of heaven, because they're not impeded by the matrix. So therefore the matrix has no use for them because we can't manipulate them. So isolate them away. That's the reason why you don't see them. That's the reason why they're isolated away from the environment of what they call the normal people. Back when I was a kid, they used to refer to them as mentally retarded. Now that's not politically correct. But the truth is that the populations, the general populations, are the ones that are mentally retarded, and the special needs individuals are the ones that are remarkable. Because you got all these people here that are one-dimensional. They exist in fear. If the news tells them boo, they lose their mind. That's exactly what's going on. So just stay in touch with yourself and disconnect from the system and reconnect to your higher self, because that's where you're going to be able to establish and create your happiness again. As long as you're plugged into that negative, malevolent entity, you're always going to be miserable and low vibrational. Remember something: meditation nullifies malevolence. That's why they don't want you to meditate. That's why their system runs at such a frenetic pace. That's why they got you hopped up on caffeine and nicotine. You're running 1,000,000 miles a second. The faster you go in life, the more things become a blur. People can't even sit still anymore. I've never seen it like this. So this is headed towards some calamitous disaster, some sort of horrific conclusion for humanity. It is not the end of the world. Only God can decide and determine when that's going to be, and that isn't anytime soon. But they're going to make it seem as if it is, because they're going to scare you to death, because they always use fear as a tactic, because you can't think for yourself. You can't control yourself. You're not in control of yourself. This is why I always say in my videos, you've got to take back your power and your control that you gave to them, because they're always going to use these same tactics on you over and over again, because it works perfectly every time. So when you see a special needs individual, recognize that you're looking at the very embodiment of heaven on earth, because they cannot be invaded, and they cannot be contaminated with the virus of the matrix. They can't. So the system has no use for them, just as religion has no use for homosexuals, because homosexuals can't procreate. So therefore they can't generate a newer generation, like they say, be fruitful and multiply. Two men cannot make a baby. Two women cannot make a baby. So therefore, in that Bible, they are ostracized as abominations in the eyes of God for a reason, because we have no use for them. So get rid of them. That's exactly what it is. Believe it or not, it is the truth.